you have to really drill down and get away from old school mentality where, slam bam, let's, it's, time is the commodity. So if we are going to make them wait for something, what are they doing while they're waiting? How do we greet them? How do we treat them? And what what came out in a lot of these meetings is people will pay more for it. This was $6.35. The same coffee's $2.75 at Tim Hortons. But why did I want one that was $6?
Because you like the experience.
And they trained me to want it. They trained me in my head to think that I'm a Starbucks guy. Right? Right? So we have to figure out the wow factor when they come into your stores. And you personally have to figure that out. So it's not just me as the CEO of the company saying, hey man, we got to start wowing customers. It's like you guys got to drill down and say, hey, am I giving the wow experience? Am I updating the customers properly? Am I calling them back in a professional manner? How's my messaging? Do I have automated messaging or do I have personalized messaging? I'll give you an example. Some of you that are going to be at the grand opening, I asked every salesman to come up with 10 or 12 VIPs. Well, I know some of you just sent an email to all 12 of them. Weak. How about you call your customer and say, hey Chad, I want to personally invite you to the VIP grand opening because you were a good customer. Which one's going to get you the real result that you're looking for? Which one's going to give the experience? Anybody can do a flash email and say, hey, we're having a grand opening, here's the link on it, and send it to all 12 people at the same time. That's not what, that's not personalized messaging. That's not the Starbucks sort of way. So sometimes I really want to challenge you guys on that with the managers, and that we really need, it starts with you guys, to making sure that your guys are doing it. So, managers meeting every customer and us really being happy when they come in. I mean, our goal, as I said, is always to make them happier than when they got here. So I wanted to kind of talk about that, and then I want to go right into appointments. The one thing that I will ask you to is, and drill down, and I talked about this at my last meeting, is pleasant surprises. Write it down, put it on your keyboard, write it on your computer. It's your job to give every customer a pleasant surprise every single day. Figure out, get to know them, figure out what means something to them. If you have an appointment on a car, get to know your customer before they get there. Find out, walk out when they're driving up. Do the little things, guys, that are going to stand out. They have lots of choices, and I think we really got to step up our game on that, because we're going into a market over the next 3-4 months where we're going to have, we're going to have a lot less foot traffic. Now it's about manufacturing our experience, leveling up our experience, and then obviously we're going to go right into that manufacturing our own appointments and how we're going to do that. Let's make sure that every day we start with that wow factor. Where it happens, where it drills down, guys, is when we get busy. Do you think Starbucks sometimes has 10 people in line for a car or for a coffee? Sure they do. It's about manufacturing the customer experience no matter what happens throughout the day. That's what the best companies figure out. A lot of people can wow someone when it's not busy and that they're just dealing with one person. The great companies and the great leaders figure out how to do it when they're busy. They figure out how to do it when there's a challenge. And that's what we got to do.